Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm gonna go ahead and review this exercise app called SwitchedOn Training. Before I begin the actual review, I gotta let you guys know this isn't a paid promotion. I just saw a PT that I follow on social media use this app with a soccer player in that functional stage of rehab, so I just wanted to give it a try on my own. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jin. I'm a second-year DPT student, and I post every week on everything related to physical therapy. So if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing. And if you have already subscribed, welcome back and thank you. So let's get right into it. SwitchedOn Training app allows athletes to work on their perceptual cognitive motor skills that are integral to their performance loop. The performance loop, according to the app, or rather the website for the app, consists of 4 things. Number 1, sensory stimulation, which is basically seeing and taking in the data. Number 2, perception, where you're processing what you just saw or any kind of input. And number 3, cognition, where your brain is evaluating options and making decisions. And finally, number 4, execution, where you take action. In another word, PCM training, or perceptual cognitive motor training, can help athletes improve their agility and reaction, which are oftentimes key in most major sports. Now, I'm gonna skip the whole download process of the app itself because that's kind of boring. You just go to the App Store and you download the app. It's called SwitchedOn Training, and they're gonna make you answer some questions before signing up. Questions like, what's your profession, or what are you looking to improve? There are 2 ways to go about this app. There are, number 1, pre-made drills, specifically for soccer and basketball. So you can follow those drills that are already listed on the app itself, or you can make your own drills using variables like numbers, arrows, and colors. So me and my friend Joseph here, we started with the pre-made drills for soccer, and it was super easy to follow with visual demonstrations for each drill, and each drill also shows you or tells you what you're working on, what equipments are needed, and the purpose for the drill. So this one drill that we found is called inside touches to outside push. It uses 2 different colors for cones, and you're just dribbling with the inside of your feet, and when you see a certain color on the app, you're going that way with the outside of your foot. Here's another one, dynamic wall passing. You're dribbling, and when you see a certain color on your phone, or on the app rather, you pass it to where that cone is. It works on passing, dribbling, and also attention. So these are the drills that they had in the app. I just showed you guys 2 of them. They have 20 or 25 more just for soccer. One thing that I found surprising was that they have a lot of drills, these reaction drills for goalies. So if you play soccer and you play goalie and you like doing these reaction drills, I think you should give it a try. Alright, so now we tried our own customized drills. Like I said in the very beginning, there are sets of numbers, sets of colors, and arrows to pick and choose from. Obviously, tons of different ways to go about this, but I made a drill specifically for a scenario where you're backtracking after you've lost the ball. So you're transitioning from offense to defense, but quickly reacting to which way your opponent decides to take off. And I used arrows to show the athlete, or my friend Joseph in this case, which direction the offense is taking off. Now here's my opinion on this app. I think it's super useful in training for reaction time, as well as working on those performance aspect of training like dynamic balance, agility, and speed. But with that being said, it'll never be able to beat a real life sport specific scenario where the athlete sees the stimuli himself or herself. For example, if I were to train an athlete on these parameters that we just talked about, like agility and reaction time, I would provide that stimuli myself rather than the training app. I would prioritize making the drills as real life as possible. For the examples that I have given earlier, I tried giving the athlete or my friend Joseph the stimulus myself. That way I can quickly adjust my output according to the athlete's response, and the drill would become more context specific. Another downside to this app is the technical end of it. If you have a trainer or a coach that's working with you full time, that's excellent. But if you're an athlete that's working by yourself, setting up programs on this app, setting up the phone and the stand, if you even have a stand to set the phone up, that's just one more thing that you have to worry about. If there's one more thing this app can benefit from, is if they sell a durable monitor, like a bigger screen for this app that can be attached to the phone. Yes, it's not too far away that you can't really see what's on the screen, but it'll definitely make the training go more smooth and more efficient. With that being said, I think SwitchedOn Training has a use for specific circumstances. One obvious one is if you don't have a coach or a team that you're training with and you're training individually, and if you don't have anybody to provide that stimulus for you, this app can come in very handy. Especially in times like these with COVID affecting a lot of sports teams and athletes, if you are training individually, you can probably utilize this app. Also, if you are a PT or if you are a trainer and you wanna set this program up to see how the athlete does in reaction drills and agility drills, if you want to analyze the biomechanics or the form of this athlete while they're doing these drills, I think it's another great way to pretty much simulate that motion. I can definitely see this kind of app being utilized more often in the future. I mean, it's definitely getting more utilized nowadays compared to the past, but especially with training becoming more individualized and more specific in terms of what the athletes are working on, I definitely see a huge growth potential for this kind of training. All right, so we talked about SwitchedOn Training today, kind of talked about what the app is all about. As always, I would love to hear any thoughts and comments or questions on this topic, so make sure you leave it down below, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thank you.